Hello friends, this is Cold Run. Welcome back to Final Fantasy XIV Endwalker. We're here in Radz-at-Han with a little bit of a different format today. So, I won't always be doing long videos, or super long videos anyway, but for an MMO especially, through my experience with doing Endwalker in like 30 and 40 minute chunks, it doesn't feel quite right. And so, I'm going to try to do them in usually bigger chunks, but I don't know, more content-appropriate chunks as I can find them. It won't always work, but maybe it sometimes will. So today, I'm going to be doing the physical DPS role quest, the last of the role quests here. Limsa Delegate. Stormcloud's Brewing. The Limsa Delegate would entreat your aid in dealing with a grave threat back home. I love that we're going to see more Merlwyb. She's fantastic. Kukushu, on behalf of Admiral Merlwyb, I'm sure I'm butchering that name. I sincerely apologize. It's not intentional. I thank you for your many deeds in service to Limsa. We've received troubling tidings that beasts akin to those that plague Radz-at-Han have been sighted on the Lanosian coast. The Admiral has mustered the Maelstrom in hopes of quelling the threat, yet there is much we do not understand about our foes, and as such, your expertise in this arena would be a great boon to us. Will you help us? Wouldn't be much of a hero if I refuse, would I? I will do all that I can. I'll be earnest. Excellent. The Admiral will be heartened to have your knowledge and martial prowess on our side, I am certain. Pray set sail for Limsa as soon as you are able. The Secretariat at Maelstrom Command will apprise you of the details upon your arrival. Also, I'm wearing the Reaper set, which is the level 89 class set you get, and it looks pretty sweet. I just love how the Reaper scythes, like, what's the opposite of retract? Pop out. How they pop out when you unsheath them. Anyway, let's go. Maelstrom Secretariat. Our man in Radz-at-Han told us to expect you. I'll inform the Admiral of your arrival. Much as I love my hometown, Ul'dah, Immortal Flames, it's hard to beat pirates in terms of raw cool. Glad you could join us, Kukushu. I only wish it were under better circumstances. The grave news from the bounty has not escaped our ears. I could scarce begin to imagine the horrors you have witnessed there. It pains me to say the self-same hell has come to Vilbrand. Fell beasts born of deepest despair have been sighted all throughout our island. Tell her what we know. I can't do accents, really, but I think she has kind of a smoker's voice, right? Secretariat. The first report came a few days ago from one of our men patrolling Skull Valley. He spoke of a fearsome creature unlike any native to our shores. While we had our suspicions, it was only later that a connection to the final days was confirmed by a most unlikely source. The Sahagin. I always go with Sahagin. But again, let me know if I'm mistaken. We've been treating their tempered for some time now, and many have made a full recovery. Owing to this, some factions are eager to improve diplomatic relations with Limsa. I love that they deal with the ongoing, implications of stuff like how relations are changing now that we can cure their tempered. It is Merlwyb. It is one faction that has provided the most comprehensive reports in all of their alarming detail. They spoke of a most dreadful sight, their spawn brothers transforming into horrific... I didn't even think of that. What if the blasphemy... Are they saying the blasphemy was a Sahagin? That would be amazing. Indeed, it is far... transformed into horrific beasts before their eyes. Indeed, it is far too similar to the incidents in Radz-at-Han to be mere coincidence. If our assumptions are correct, the first and most formidable of the beasts, a blasphemy as it was decided we would call them, prowls our waters as we speak. A sea monster. Excellent. Perfect for the city. Fortunately, there have been no sightings of the blasphemy within the city. Nevertheless, if we are to spare our people the horror that befell Radz-at-Han, the fiend must be dealt with, and quickly. Despite our investigative efforts, we remain very much in the dark as to the precise nature of the threat we face. Were we to recklessly dispatch large numbers of troops, we'd run the risk of having our own men corrupted. You can well imagine the carnage that would ensue. That makes sense. Yeah, you don't want to go into this fight blind. As such, I mean, I do, but Admiral Blofazween, I'm never going to get that. Well, I guess I could just Google it, but I'd rather, I don't know. I'm not. Well, Admiral Blofazween has decided to keep those involved to a minimum and lead the investigation herself. I'm glad we get to spend time with you. And I would have you at my side. What say you? Aye, aye. Aye, aye, Captain. Or Admiral, sorry. Didn't mean to demote you. You have my thanks. You're wrong voice. You have my thanks. We will depart at once to meet our Sahagin allies and gather what knowledge we can, that we might devise a proper plan of attack. They're due at South Tide Gate soon. I'll go on ahead and wait for you there. Merlwyb. It's well past our agreed-upon meeting time, but the Sahagin are nowhere to be seen. They did not seem the sorts to break their words. This bodes ill. Let us leave this place to the guards and search Halfstone for any sign of them. I don't think they would have transformed, but they could have been attacked / eaten. Shivering Sahagin. Yeah, that's a thing. Okay. Shivering Sahagin. What is that thing? Something we're gonna kill. Merlwyb. Noel is in danger. Quickly, to his aid. Oh gosh, I have to remember how to play this class. Job. I'm trying to help, friend. Defeat the fell beast. I don't know how to defeat the fell beast. What do you want me to do? What are you waiting for? Go. I don't know what you want of me, game. I thought this was the fell beast we're defeating. I guess we're going elsewhere. Okay. Oh, we're going here. I really thought that they were... Oh, this is... I thought that was Noel. I thought the person we were protecting was back there. Okay. No, we're there to... Okay, we got our own fell beast to deal with. Gotcha. No worries, Noel. I got you. I like the Sahagin very much. The whole Clutch Father. Theirs was one of my favorite... one of my favorite of the ARR Beast Tribe quests. Thanks, Shorewalker. Pray tell, is my companion safe? Yeah, no, your companion's in great hands with the Admiral. The Admiral herself has come to our aid. Glad tidings indeed. You too have my boundless gratitude for saving my life. Let us quit this place before the beasts return. Yeah, I was just being a bit yeah, you got him. You got it. I was just being a bit of a dunkus before. Also, I like the look of these sea monsters, of these, like, fell beasts. They're very tentacular Lovecraftian. Noel. I'm relieved to see both of you safe. Was Noel someone we've met before? My memory of general stuff is okay. My memory of details and names is really bad. Shivering Sahagin. Had the Admiral not come to our rescue when she did, I shudder to think what would have happened. Yeah, she's pretty badass. Everyone's still alive. Good. But not if we stay out here too long. Inside, quickly. All aboard the good ship Vilbrand, as she said. Thank you, my friends. Those ghastly beasts would have made short work of us had you not intervened. And yet it brought me no joy to watch them die, for, unbelievable as it may sound, until a short time ago, they were none other than our very own spawn brothers. At first we thought them merely cursed, but our talismans and magics availed us not. Merlwyb. Aye, 'twas no curse. 'Twasn't evil like no other. Innocent souls transformed against their will into unholy beasts called blasphemies. I thought that the blasphemies was only the name for, like, the big ones, like the Light Warden style blasphemies. But I guess all those beasts are blasphemies, maybe? Blasphemies, tell us more. That would be your area of expertise, Kakushu. Yeah, I've taken down, what is it, 4 of them now? She's fearsome, but she still does not. Being fearsome doesn't require a deep voice. Shh, turned into beasts by the power of despair? This is horrifying indeed. Merlwyb, Thus far, the phenomenon here in Lenosia has been limited to the Sahagin. Why is that? I cannot say. Yet I wonder if the Crushing Tide are involved in some way. The Crushing Tide, are they like a pro-Leviathan faction? Or maybe a faction that's just despairing now that they know that about, I don't know, about Leviathan's primal too? No, they already knew about the primals. They just felt the need. Maybe they're a group that yearns for the days when they felt the need for conflict. Merlwyb, I know naught of this Crushing Tide. No, word of them has yet to reach you, I see. It all began when the Indigo Matriarch, the queen of our kind, was stricken with a grave malady. Tragic as this was, there was one small solace. She was not fond of shore walkers, and so deprived of her leadership, more of my kind came to see the wisdom in making peace with Limsa. There remain, of course, those who would... Those who would oppose our cause. They formed a group they call the Crushing Tide. Even now they seek to summon the Lord of the Whirl anew, and consign all finless ones unto the briny deep. So what's the because I'm sure the despair is going to be more personal, but could it be... I just wonder if it's going to be related to, like, that they just wish... They're sad that things aren't... They're despairing, really, because how things aren't as they were, and they miss how they were, even if it was worse. However, they lack the crystals necessary to do so. Denied the power they crave, they can do naught but gnash their teeth in desperation. Merlwyb, and you suspect these feelings of helplessness are the cause of their transformations? Could be. Just so. Those of our spawn brothers who turned into those beasts had been fraternizing with the Crushing Tide. Despite our differences, we cannot abandon our kin to such a cruel fate. Yet we must be careful not to drive them into still deeper despair. Yes, we must consider the situation carefully, lest we bring destruction upon all our kind. I love that it's a Sahagin who's going to be the blasphemy. Merlwyb, tell me this. Are the Crushing Tide even now under Leviathan's thrall? If freed from their drowned state, might they not listen to reason? I mean, we remember even from the whole wrap-up to the Gabu thing, that the Patriarch, that the Cobalt Patriarch, even once he was untempered, had reasons to want, not necessarily to want to summon Titan, but reasons, he had reasons to summon Titan. Like, he had legitimate fears, legitimate disagreements. No, were it only so simple. All but a few are long since cured. They walk this path of their own free will. Merlwyb, in that case, they may yet be dissuaded from their present course. For the sake of our nascent alliance, we will do all we can to save your brethren. Fortunately, a most capable ally stands with us, for this woman has bested many a formidable foe, including Leviathan. Psh, the great Kushu in the flesh! Honored am I to stand in your presence. As well you should be. Together we will weather the storm and usher in a new age of harmony, this I swear. There is much to be done. For now, let us return to our homes and prepare as best we can for the trials ahead. Should we discover aught of value, we'll be sure to share it with you. I ask you to do the same. Psh, indeed we shall. I love the Sahagin. Indeed we shall. Until such a time, I watch over my spawn brothers and pray that no more succumb to the change. See you, friends. Secretariat. The Admiral told me everything. Thank the Navigator you were there to dispatch those terrible beasts. What's the name of the Navigator again? It's one of the 12, I remember, but I don't remember who. Welcome back. Thanks to you and Noel, I now possess a proper understanding of the challenge we face. It is a daunting task that lies before us. We'll continue to cooperate with the Sahagin to learn all we can. Once we have located the blasphemy, I will have need of your strength. Till then, I ask that you remain at the ready. Clearly, the storm clouds have only begun to gather. Stormclad's brewing indeed. Up. Okay. Number 2, Maelstrom Secretariat, the Crushing Tide. What do you got? Your timing could not be better. The Admiral has just this moment returned from meeting the Sahagin. I shall inform her of your arrival. Ah, Kakushu. I'm glad you're here. We have decided on our next course of action. As you know, we face 2 distinct but interconnected challenges. The transformations occurring among the Sahagin may be one, but the blasphemy itself is the root of the problem. Thus far, those who succumb to the change have all been affiliated with the Crushing Tide, who continue to resist our diplomatic efforts. Were we to put a stop to the phenomenon as well as address their grievances, we may yet have a chance at peace. This is part of why I love Merlwyb, is that she doesn't just want to loot and plunder. She wants to address the root of the problem. She wants to address root causes, not just symptoms. To that end, I would propose a double-pronged approach. On one front, we shall work in tandem with our Sahagin allies to redouble our patrols. Should the blasphemy surface, we will share this knowledge and move immediately to dispatch the threat. At the same time, we will pursue a dialogue with the Crushing Tide. We need to bring them back to the negotiating table and see what can be done to convince them to stand down. A key point will no doubt be the lingering issue of securing land for their spawning grounds. It is a discussion I intend to approach with an open mind. It will be no easy task, but we succeeded with the kobolds, and I have faith that we will succeed with the Sahagin as well, so long as we parley in good faith. I'll be optimistic. I can only hope the Crushing Tide share that sentiment. You're wise to temper your expectations, but I would not abandon hope ere we try. At any rate, Noel has sent word that one Dao, a priest who styles himself as the leader of the Crushing Tide, has grudgingly agreed to hear us out. I will parley with him face to face at the Sapsa spawning grounds, and would have you at my side. If you do not object, that is. So Sapsa spawning ground, is that where... No, that was in the hostile Beast Tribe area, wasn't it? Excellent. Pray join me at South Tide Gate when you're ready. From there we will go together. Merlwyb. All prepared, are you? Dao is not known for his patience. We must take care not to incur his ire. I was told he'd be at the spawning grounds upon our arrival, but it appears he has been delayed. Let us speak with the Sahagin here. Mayhap one of them will be able to shed light on what may be keeping him. One more thing. I came here as a representative of Limsa on a diplomatic mission. Should the talks deteriorate and things come to blows, I cannot be seen to bloody my hands. I trust that you understand. Yep, 100%. That's smart. That let us be off. Okay. Yeah, I think that sounds like that sounds pretty reasonable. Like you don't, yeah. Even if we're attacked, well, I guess it depends on the context, but I can't imagine the context where you'd want to bloody yourself. Where did you go? Oh, I can't fly. Right. I thought it can mount up though, right? Can I not mount up? Huh. I guess I'll walk just in case I miss something, but... Speak with Merlwyb. First, let us see if any of the Sahagin here possess any knowledge of Dao's whereabouts. Belligerent Sahagin. Psst, what is this? Since when are our filthy shorewalkers free to intrude upon our sacred spawning grounds? Merlwyb, pray forgive the intrusion. We seek an audience with Speaker Dao. Where might we find him? You will do no such thing, Shorewalker. We have not forgotten what you did to Lord Leviathan. Begone! Yeah, that was me in particular. And like 7 of my friends, but, you know, details. We won't get much out of this one. Let's try elsewhere. At least it's not at least they're not attacking us. Oh yeah, Stoic Sahagin. Here we are. Shh. Why do you trespass in our realm, vile Shorewalkers? We mean you no harm. We come only for a peaceful parley with your leader, Master Dao. Where might we find him? Psh, we desire no parley with the shore walkers who would steal our home. Were it not for your insatiable selfishness, we Sahagin would grow and flourish. Your grievances are justified. That's why I would speak with Master Dao and work towards a peaceful solution. Psh, empty words from the thieving shore walker, but so be it. Soon you shall learn the futility of your efforts. Speaker Dao is currently overseeing security at the spawning grounds. You will find him by the entrance, though mark my words, you will wish you hadn't. I mean, we were invited, but this thing doesn't know it. Or not invited, but like, it was an agreed meeting. We shall see. Thank you for your aid. Yeah, being polite to them. Dao. Is this a hat they wear, or is it the... It's got to be a hat they wear, right? Otherwise, yeah, it has to be a hat. At first I thought it was a part of them, but no, I think it's just a crab claw hat. Dao. Shore walkers in our spawning grounds. To what do I owe the displeasure? Do you not remember? Merlwyb. Speaker Dao, I presume. Our apologies for entering your home unannounced. I am Merlwyb Lofesvane, Chief Admiral of Limsa, and this is Kukushu Kushu. Destroyer of your god, we come seeking a parley, that we might strive for peace between our peoples. I thought, why is this a surprise? I thought they were expecting us. Parley, you say? Prolonging this conflict any further will only lead to needless suffering. The menace both our peoples face is great indeed. If ever there were a time to set aside our differences and come together for the greater good, it is now. I invite you to join us at South Tidegate for formal negotiations. Shore walkers and Sahagin coming together? What assurance do I have that you will not slit our gills the moment we set foot in your territory? It's a fair concern. We could meet, like, on the border. Isn't South Tidegate on the border? I can offer naught but my word. We open our gates to you and invite you into our home as a show of respect. I do not trust you, shore walker, but let it never be said that Dao of the Crushing Tide was a coward. I accept your offer, but attempt any treachery or subterfuge, and your people will drown in their own blood. That went better than I was expecting. Which is a pretty low bar when the other person says you'll drown in your own blood, but, you know. Very well, Master Dao. I look forward to a productive discussion. Let us return then. I shall send word to Noel as well. I would have our Sahagin allies join us at the parley. I don't know, will that help? I hope it'll help. I worry that they'll see they'll see Team Noel as, like, traitors, but hopefully it'll be open to it. The Sahagin diplomacy. Yeah, that's definitely a hat. I think it's a different color from, well, I think it's a different color from the rest. It's like a more purple than the rest of Dao. Thank you for joining us here, Master Dao. Psh, the air here sickens me. Be brief. Aye, let us get straight to the heart of the matter. A common threat looms before us. One more powerful than any primal, with the potential to bring death without end to both Sahagin and Limsa alike. These circumstances call for swift and united action. Yeah, you can't be happy with the blasphemy. You doubt our intentions, but I remind you that we have liberated many of your kin from Leviathan's enthrallment. They and countless of other Sahagin have joined us of their own free will, that we may ensure the survival of both our peoples. I hope you're good with that, because there's a chance that these Sahagin may kind of romanticize being tempered by Leviathan and see it as blasphemous to free people. No, shy by their deeds, the Laminsans prove themselves worthy of our trust. Master Dao, you and your Crushing Tide want only to secure a future for your people. I say to you, this can only be done by confronting this threat together. Threats, threats. What is this threat you speak of? Oh, is this going to be like the quest in Doma in the Ruby Sea where they're going to have they're going to worship the blasphemy? If it is unity you crave, then submit yourself to our command. Be as the Serpent Reavers. They are the only shore walkers I deign to call friend. That's not going to happen. You would ask us to willingly surrender ourselves to your Lord of the Whirl. I do, for that and that alone will ensure peace between us. That's probably a no. Noel, preposterous! You propose not alliance, but servitude. This way lies nothing but death for all Sahagin. Thank you, Noel. And I don't think he's gonna... Yep, okay. Do you hear this, my spawn brothers? The shore walkers have stolen this one's mind. He decries Lord Leviathan and espouses the lunacy of our sworn foes. These treacherous wretches have abandoned our god and conspired to drive we faithful from our ancestral home. No, we've never said anything about it. Well, we certainly have abandoned your god. No, they haven't abandoned your god. They've abandoned... Because we learned that there are versions of Titan and Leviathan that it's okay to kind of give thanks to, but not the primals. We must not let this stand. Like, you're worshipping, like, false idols. Spirited Sahagin, for shames, forsaken by our spawn brothers. They side with the finless ones and blaspheme our Lord Leviathan. Stoic Sahagin, they steal our spawning grounds and slaughter our children, our future, our future! Well, this is one way to get Dow on our side. Oh, and I love that I didn't even know. So it's like a crabby sort of thing before it sprouts its tentacles up. Dow. Oh, nope, never mind. Dow is not coming on our side. Shh, behold this blessing! Lord Leviathan grants us greater and greater strength. You would call this a blessing? Shuddering Sahagin. Such horrors! Flee, flee for your lives! It's a really cool crab monster. No! Merlwyb, the beast makes for Aleport. I leave this place to you. This is a good reason for a solo fight. She's going off to protect one because she's clearly capable enough, and we're just we're holding down the fort here. Dow. Splendid, splendid. Let all our spawn brothers be blessed with such power. That's the route you're going, dude? Okay. Okay. Get reaped. We didn't, Noel. This is the second time you've saved my life, Shorewalker. My gratitude is as boundless as the sea. But what of the Admiral? We must go to her aid. The Admiral's going to be fine, don't you worry. Noel. What a horrific sight. Yeah, the Admiral took out 2 of the things. Oh, no, that's just 1. It's right. It has... Oh, no, it got the Sahagin. Oh, that's rough. Merlwyb. I was too late. I am sorry. There is no need for apologies. You are not responsible for my people's plight. But what I cannot fathom is Dow's response. How pleased he was to see his brothers become slavering beasts. If I'm being really, really kind about it, I can say maybe Dow thought they were just given like a little boost of strength, but they were still in control of themselves. But it's hard... You'd be hard-pressed to actually take that argument seriously. The fool believes it is a blessing from Leviathan himself. Any hope for a peaceable solution will be lost should Dow and his crushing tide manage to wield these transformations as a weapon against us. It's not... They become kind of... It's not mindless, though. They do kind of run on instinct. It's like if you train soldiers to fight for you and they become zombies, they might still fight for you, sort of, like, because they remember to do that. So, but it's really risky, and I mean, ridiculously inhumane and awful. I shudder at the very thought, and yet the true threat, the blasphemy, is still out there, yes? Just so. The first ones to disappear, to transform, are those who have fallen into the deepest depths of despair. The more painful their anguish, the more fearsome and formidable they become in their bestial forms, and the greater their influence over others. There, we can scarcely hope to stand against a legion of such foes. Would that there was more my people could do to help. I will have the Maelstrom patrol the seas for the blasphemy, that we might slay it with all due haste. But this may well amount to naught. If the blasphemy, too, was born of a Sahagin, could be sheltering in the depths beyond the reach of our ships, yeah, we gotta go full Subnautica here. In that case, pray allow my spawn brothers and I to serve as your eyes beneath the sea. That's incredibly helpful. Thank you, Noel. Through our efforts combined, we may yet weather this threat. As for your brothers who gave their lives today for our cause, I shall see to it that they are returned home to be laid to rest as they deserve. Shh, you have my gratitude, Admiral. And with that, we should return as well. There is much work to be done, and would see it done quickly. Oh, we can still say hi to Noel. I must take my fallen brother home. So many of these quests... All of them? No, not all of them, but a number of these quests have... More than one of these quests has ended with a Memorial Day. I wonder if we'll end with sort of the same thing for the Sahagin. Secretariat. Oh, you've returned. The Admiral was just briefing me on the offense at the spawning grounds. Merlwyb. Ah, Kakushu, I was just sharing our findings. So you see, the danger is exactly as the Sahagin described. While Dao and his ilk have no means of forcibly triggering the phenomenon at present, it is plain they intend to seek one out. I mean, he could pull what Ilbert did. He could, like, kind of do a false flag, but it's hard to do a false flag when you look so different from your enemy. Yeah, maybe not. Redouble our patrols offshore and inform me at the first sign of anything out of the ordinary. Shall be done, Admiral. I worry that we may be stretching ourselves too thin. Should the situation take a turn for the worse, I will recall our forces from Garlemald, yet I would reserve that as a last resort. Yeah, you got me on your hand. We could do this. For now, I must get to work securing reinforcements. I ask that you remain close by. We may have need of your strength all too soon. I won't go anywhere. Pretty literally. Secretariat. Old heroes never die. Secretariat appears to have been waiting for you. The Admiral left a message for you, and the news is not good. It appears that a Limsa merchant ship was assailed by a Sahagin raiding party affiliated with the Crushing Tide. That's a cool name, by the way, the Crushing Tide. They picked a pretty boss name for their little group. Further complicate matters, the vessel in question was carrying a shipment of crystals supplied to us by the kobolds of Ogamoro. Why do we need crystals? The Admiral suspects that Dao means to use the plundered crystals to summon Leviathan. This feels very nostalgic for ARR. She has gone to meet with Noel, that we and our Sahagin allies might take swift action. She bids you join her immediately. Should the worst come to the worst, your experience in combating primals may prove essential. Pray, make for the South Tide Gate and rendezvous with Admiral Blofisveen at once. What was that? What was that splashing paint all over, sort of split? Yeah, what is that? Is that something from, that feels like from that Omega fight against the painting. Also, a second to appreciate the player whose name is Butter Gobbler. Congratulations, Butter Gobbler, on reaching level 39. Knoll of the Calming Seas. What a good title. I How do when you all see this kind of title, do you interpret it as something that other characters call is Merlwyb like Knoll of the calming seas, or is it just like because it feels almost just like an epithet the player is attributing to that character? Anyway, it's good to see you safe, friend. Merlwyb. Thank you for coming, Kakushu. The situation is grim. The crushing tide plundered one of our trading ships and seized a goodly stash of Ogamoro crystals. Though their aim is clear, it appears they yet lack the quantity needed to perform the summoning. Tao longs for the days when every Sahagin cried out for Lord Leviathan's deliverance, and will stop at nothing to see them return. I cannot fathom what the crushing tide are thinking. What satisfaction, what happiness can be found in giving over their hearts and minds to a false god? Oftentimes I find that sort of, even if you know it's wrong, having something that to tell you what to do can be a comfort. Merlwyb. And so we must thwart their designs, lest the bonds we have forged be forever broken. By the same token, we cannot ignore the blasphemy, nor the transformations its presence may bring about. A battle on two fronts, neither of which we can commit to at the expense of the other. As we sail into the eye of the storm, I would hear your counsel. What course of action would you propose? Okay, a job for the Company of Heroes. No, get out of here. Might we turn to the three great pirate powers for aid? Let us recruit the Yellow Jackets to the cause. I don't remember what the three great pirate powers are. Did I ever know? I don't want to devolve power to the pirates, though. Let's go with the Yellow Jackets. I mean, they're guards, though, maybe. Yeah, never mind. The Yellow Jackets are spread thin, keeping the coast safe from the crushing tide and their raids. We cannot afford to dilute their ranks any further. No, we must look to another party for assistance, I'm afraid. Any other ideas? I guess the pirate powers? I don't think we're going with Company of Heroes, are we? As it happens, I've already enlisted the Executioners, the Krakens, and the Sirens to the cause. They've done much to bolster the maelstroms of efforts and to scour the seas for the blasphemy. So if we're going to do the Company of Heroes, if we're to seek reinforcements, we'll have to turn elsewhere. But to whom? Okay, we're doing this. A Company of Heroes. Now that's not a name I've heard in some time. 'Tis true they answered the call many a time. Indeed, other than you and yours, there are arguably none better suited to the task of primal slaying. But they disbanded over 5 years ago, and neither hide nor hair has been seen of their commander since. Gosh, I barely remember the Company of Heroes. I remember the guy who was like the fake Company of Heroes person who dressed like a clown in like, I don't know. I remember him, but I don't remember the actual Company of Heroes beyond just what she said. Absent their leader, I suspect they will be reluctant to join our cause. So we're going to find their leader. And yet I can think of no better option. I'll contact Wyscat, their erstwhile commander's right-hand man, to see if he will not hear us out. I will ask him to meet us at the Drowning Wench. Let us hope he is receptive to our offer. Company of Heroes, gosh, okay. Noel, might I trust you and your brothers to continue the search for the blasphemy in the meantime? Psh, but of course, Admiral. Should we discover anything, you will be the first to know. I like Noel's crook. Psh, worry not. My spawn brothers and I will keep our eyes on the crushing tide in the meantime. I am not worried. Y'all got it. Merlwyb, I will reach out to Wyscat. There's a lot of vowels there. The former first mate of the company, and see if he is willing to meet us at the Drowning Wench. Let's go. Beautiful night in Limsa. My apologies for the delay. You are alone? Oh, I guess not. And here I swore 5 years ago I was done playing hero. This is the... Got some heroic-ass music going on. Is this like the whole company? Again, I've almost no memory of this group. Landonell, could someone please explain what this is all about? Believe it or not, I'm a respectable man with respectable obligations these days. Uwadnun. Take that polearm out of your arse, dear old friend, and stop pretending you're not still a murderous bastard at heart. Landonell, watch that wicked tongue of yours, Uod, lest I skewer it and prove you right. Shamani Lumani. Ah, nothing like a fine reunion with dear companions over a bottle of the wench's finest vintage. That is why we're here, right? Brayflox was in the company of heroes? Again, this is all like, just totally forgot. Skull. Long time no I catch up landers. Brayflox's tummy tickled to see gobby friends again. I love the goblins talk. Merlwyb, thank you for assembling on such short notice. Uodnun, spare us the pleasantries, Admiral. Why are we here? Merlwyb, I make a simple request. Reform the company of heroes and lend Limsa your strength. Yeah, this is... Wastecat. You've a reason, I'm sure. I would hear it. So there you have it. A terrible fiend known as a blasphemy prowls our seas, transforming the Sahagin into ravening beasts. At the same time, the Sahagin themselves, specifically a hostile faction calling themselves the Crushing Tide, had declared their intention to summon Leviathan anew. Should they succeed, we would be hard-pressed to deal with the Primal while still dealing with the other threats. Whiskat, a right pickle indeed, yeah. So you're gonna get back to Primal hunting, and I won't have to deal with Leviathan again. Oh, never mind. Well, this isn't gonna stand up. But the answer is no. The commander disbanded the company, and as his first mate, it is not my place to gainsay his final order. Landonell, sod that, I say. Have you forgotten their company's creed? The duty of the strong is to protect the weak. Are the people now in danger not the same men and women we fought to defend years ago? The commander would not have turned his back on them, and neither should we. Who is the commander? Is it someone we're going to see? I guess we'll see. We'll see if we see them. Bold words, Landonell, but do you truly believe we can honor them as we are? Old mercenaries past their prime, lacking the commander whose wisdom and prowess saw them to glory once upon a time. Merlwyb. Ah, yes, your commander. Oh, is it going to be like you're going to bring them in from off stage? Oh, because the commander may have died. Again, my memory of the Company of Heroes story is like 0. What if Kakushu here were to lead in his stead? Surely you would not question her abilities. Rah! Shamani Lamani, an intriguing proposition. I, for one, would not be averse to serving under such a decorated hero. Brieflocks all talks. Yeah, we've had a bunch of interactions, you and I. Oh, Gobby friend has goodly head for fighty think and goodly arms for thinky fight. I couldn't have put it better myself. As ringing an endorsement as any, but I would hear it from the woman herself. Do you believe you are capable of leading the company of heroes into battle? A better battle than a banquet? Let's be jovial. Better battle than a banquet. I guess. A weird phrase. Still nursing that grudge, are we? What? Ah. It's so frustrating having a memory. Well, I don't even think it's just a bad memory. This had to have happened a long time ago. I suppose we still owe you a dozen favors. If you're willing to lead, we'll follow. So we drew on some past experience that I don't remember. 5 years to the day. Truth be told, I was enjoying more leisurely life, but when duty calls... What's 5 years to the day? Oh, none. Wait, before we proceed, I must ask, have we no way of reaching out to the commander? Landonell, forgotten how we took his leave, have we? Up and vanishing, so we could each find our own way apart from him and the company. I doubt we'll see him again, much as I wish we could. Okay. Yeah, so we're not, I guess we're not going to see him, at least not right now. Maybe he'll make a cameo. Merlwyb, to the matter at hand, the missions you will undertake. First, you are to aid us in tracking down the blasphemy that roams the sea. Second, you must prevent the crushing tide from summoning Leviathan at all costs. Shamani Lamani. Oh, is that all? And here I thought we might get our feet wet with a real challenge. But in all seriousness, we should take care to decide who attends to what. Sounds like a job for our acting commander. I'm sure she'll give it all due consideration. Yes. And I feel like... So, if we have to choose, I'm going to say that I'll be on team... Well, I guess I don't know what choice I'll have to make, but I would say that, like, that I would lead whatever team is focused on the blasphemy, because I've dealt with the primal and the blasphemy. I think they've just dealt with primal, so we'll use that experience. Brayflox. Oh, Brayflox happily gives hind landing to Uplander. Nice job, Merlwyb. Waistcat may be skeptical, but I for one have little doubt you will prove a worthy commander for the company of heroes. I don't think Waistcat's that skeptical. Hey, my egg sold. The others may gripe and groan, but not me. I'll be the first to admit I missed the action. Wadnun. Please think twice before assigning me to the same group as Landonell. I don't know what's worse, his tendency to wave his lance in people's faces, or all the shouting and blustering he engages in while doing so. This feels like they might have had a rough... They had a brief, stormy, passionate romance and a falling out after that. Landonell. Have we finished all the logistical nonsense? I'm eager for a taste of the old ultra-violence. You know the flavor. I do. Westcat. So, if I understand correctly, we're to bring the so-called blasphemy down. Of course, to do that, we'll need to find the damn thing first. We've also got to prevent the crushing tide from summoning their god, Leviathan. A tall order in and of itself. As acting commander, it's your job to decide who will be doing what based on the skills we each have to offer. I'd recommend you start by having a chat with each of us. Mostly you develop a sense of the strengths and weaknesses. Mostly strength, of course, of the storied veterans under your command. That is interesting. This is kind of cool. I like where this is going. I mean, is it gonna be a real choice? I can't imagine there's gonna be the option to fail, but maybe. Oh, interview time. Okay. Landonell, my specialty, you ask? Why, impaling fiends with this lance of mine, of course. The stronger the foe, the better. None are a match for me. Would be a folly to waste my talents on dealing with those slippery fishmen. Set me against that so-called blasphemy, and I'll have this thing on a skewer before you can say Merlwyb Blofisbin. No, well, I will trust you, but you're going to be on blasphemy slaying duty. A wise choice. Send Landonell after the Sahagin. He's like to help him summon Leviathan to sate his bloodlust. That's concerning. Yeah, you're not going to be... Okay, you're definitely on Sahagin duty. Wadnun. I will speak plain. I am not some battle-crazed barbarian like Landonell. I think it's supposed to be a cat purr rather than a pirate R, but we're committed. Barbarian like Landonell. As a noon of the U, a tribe of peerless hunters, I conduct my affairs with discipline and prudence. No, that's definitely not a pirate R. Well, now it is. As such, I know better than any that to rush headlong into battle is rarely the best course of action. Far wiser it is to observe from afar and proceed with caution. Preventing the primal summoning. Also, so you're not in the same group as the Lancer. Very astute, if I do say so myself. There are few better suited to the task of averting needless bloodshed than the famously circumspect Wadnun. I love his name. Alright, next you. Sunglasses McGee. As you well know, my vision is somewhat lacking these days. I can still defend myself when necessary, but I'd rather it not come to that. My condition also leaves me rather unsuited to scouting and searching. Wasn't always the case, but such is life. On the other hand, I'd like to think I've gotten quite good at sounding out the intentions of others during negotiations and the like. Pursuing and slaying the blasphemy. No, we're preventing the primal summoning. I am curious, though, kind of a non-rhetorical question. What happens if you just send them to all the wrong places? You have a keen sense for these things. I see. More so than reconnaissance or battle, Shamani has excuse me, a knack for working behind the scenes to see the company's goals achieved. Kind of a Tataru figure. Please be into primals. Please be into slaying. I don't think you will be, but I wish you were. Oh, Graveflock's master remaker of Illuminati treasures offers much hand-lending with ingenuity. Far-seeing spyglasses sees in far into ocean deep. Crackfires go boom and blast beasts into bitty pieces. All right, you're pursuing and slaying the blasphemy, I guess, then. I wasn't expecting that. A logical choice, if I do say so myself. Graveflock's mastery of tools and armaments are sure to avail you in tracking and felling that beast. Yeah, like, what happens if you just send them all to the wrong place, or if you send everyone to, like... If you just send everyone to slay the primal or something? I am really curious. And I dare say the choices you made are nigh impeccable. If I didn't know better, I'd think you've been leading us for years. Yay! I love that gesture. And with that, it's time we get to work. I have procured link pearls for one and all, that we may keep each other apprised of our progress. You may pick them up from Maelstrom Command. We'd best be off then. Should you have need to regroup or reconsider our strategy, call for us. Nod, nod. And goodbye. I will return to command and share these developments here with the Secretariat and our Sahagin friends. Do join me if you can. Commander Kakushu. I really... It hurts my Ul'dah heart to say this, but Limsa may be cooler than Ul'dah. Like if... Yeah. Maelstrom Secretariat. Ah, Kakushu. The Admiral has apprised me of the situation in full. Ah, I forgot to talk to the others, my bad. Furnish Kakushu with a link pearl, yes. Of course, Admiral. Does her hat have cat ears built into it? Like, does it have little cat ear pockets in it? I think it does. That's adorable. Stormrunner. It would seem the company is trying to reach us. Ho there, Commander. Just give the word and I'll come running. Oh, none. Lower your goddamned voice, will ya? Watch your tongue or I'll track you down and rip yours out. Yep, definitely old lover vibes there. Maelstrom Secretariat. They sound more like mortal enemies than old companions. That's where Kakushu... Oh, Merlwyb, that's where Kakushu comes in. I'm trusting you to whip them back into shape. Make them a force to be reckoned with. What gesture was that? That was a give-up gesture? I will have the Secretariat contact you if there are any developments. I would convey them to the entire company by link pearl, but we cannot afford anyone taking reckless action. In the meantime, I will reach out to Noel and see what he has gleaned about the crushing tide in their hideout. Let us hope for good tidings, Commander. Here's to good tidings. Up, 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 up. Stormrunner. Stormrunner. I have been tasked with facilitating link pearl communication among the company of heroes, that you and your men might focus on the task at hand. They are all men, aren't they? Maelstrom I assume, maybe. It looks like it. I don't know. A mother's suffering. The Secretary has urgent news for you. Grave news, Kakushu. We've just received word that Candlekeep Way? Key? I think it's Key, right? Is under attack. It would seem the crushing tide has struck again. The Admiral asks that you deploy your company of heroes at once. Our man here will act as your signaler. All right, Stormrunner, we got this. The company of heroes is awaiting your orders. Am I going with them? I assume so, right? Oh, I guess I'm on the phone with them. Candlekeep Key. Both Landonil and Wad Nun should be close by. What are your instructions? This is wild! Landonil is a hot-headed warrior who lives for the thrill of battle, while Wad Nun is a calm and calculating hunter. Both can serve you well, but better if assigned to a task suited to their skills. Landonil, drive the... Oh, so, I mean, it's pretty... At least they're making it... Unless I'm being really tricked here, at least they're making it pretty obvious. But even then, it's like, it's still a cool idea. Drive the crushing tide away for Landonil. Consider it done, Commander. And to Wad Nun, see the residents of Candlekeep Key to safety. Understood. The rest of us will head there at once. I'll tell the Admiral that you and the company of heroes are on your way. Godspeed. Godspeed to us. Think I'd live to see the famed company of heroes not only reform, but fight at our side. Yeah, they are pretty legendary, even if I don't remember them. You have orders from the Admiral to make for Candlekeep Key and provide support for the company as needed. Let's go. I think there's a whole genre of games out there that's about that, that's like leadership games. I know that there's one that is coming out by Bellular, of Bellular Gaming, that looks really interesting, called The Pale Beyond. Take a look for the trailer if you haven't seen it, and this almost feels like it's getting that flavor, even if none of the actual challenge. Brave Flocks. Go! Brave Flocks' treasures go boom, blast fishymen to bitty bits. I love her, she's so cool. Shamani. Good to know my colleagues haven't grown rusty in the years since we disbanded. What? Is that all? And I was just getting warmed up. Landonil? Kept us waiting long enough, Commander. Not that I'm complaining. More fishmen for me to skewer. So these are the crushing tide, I'm assuming. Crushing tide get crushed. Worry not, the tide has already ebbed if you follow my meaning. I follow it. Perhaps you're curious how your men carried out your orders? You'd be pleased to hear that Landonil led the attack with his characteristic aplomb, dancing amongst his foes with such speed and ferocity that they were dizzying to watch. Yeah, you did well. Wad Nun made full use of his talents in leading the rescue effort. Not a single man, woman, or child suffered so much as a scratch. I had my doubts at first, but you've passed your first trial as acting captain with flying colors. Yay! Whenever I complete a work project, I'm gonna do that on a Zoom call. Merlwyb, the battle is over, I see. 'Tis good to see the company of heroes can still live up to its name. I wonder if I messed up, maybe I would have to pick up the slack. Like, maybe I'd have to do an optional fight or something to... Because they'd be, like... Wad Nun would be, like, kind of weak from the fighting, and Landonil would be, like, scaring all the people away, so maybe I'd have to, like, shepherd them, like, take over... Yeah, just pick up the slack. I don't know. I demand answers. Why did you target Candlekeep Key? I spit on your questions, filthy shorewalker. I was hoping we might do this the easy way, but if you insist... Hey, time for war crimes. Let's go. You would torture us. You shorewalkers are all the same. Savage brutes, the lot of you. Oh, never mind. We're not going to do war crimes today. Shamani, torture? Please, we're not so uncivilized as that, my slippery friend. Brave Flox all talks. Go! Brave Flox's shiny treasure will have Fishman trading tongue flaps in no time. Are we going to bribe them? Or are you talking about bombing them? I don't know. Or are you going to... Oh my god. Are you going to do good cop, bad cop? Allow me to explain. Shamani, Lomani, and Brave Flox are well practiced in the art of interrogation. Oh god. Shamani has a sharp mind, as I'm sure you've noticed, and a knack for getting information out of uncooperative types with a minimum of fuss. Brayflox, on the other hand, her methods can be unconventional to say the least, but it's hard to argue with the results. Well, Commander, the choice is yours to make. Let's go the option that doesn't involve war crimes. Shamani Lomani is my man. I thought Brayflox was female. Maybe I'm mistaken. I'm probably mistaken. Someone in the comments mentioned a way before of how you can tell the gender of goblins by their names, but I don't remember it offhand, and I apologize. But of course, Commander, watch as I get him talking without so much as lifting a finger. They tell me your kind are particularly fond of Lenosian oranges. Might I interest you in a glass of delightful orange wine brewed... Orange wine, is that a thing? Brewed from our latest harvest. This is... Another glass, Shorewalker. I demand it in return for the crimes you have committed against my spawn brothers. A mere glass, my friend? Why, I'd be more than happy to offer you a full bottle. An entire cask. If you could provide us with the answers we seek. We have a deal, Shorewalker. For a cask of that blissful beverage, I will tell you all my secrets. See, you don't need to torture. You just need to offer their favorite drink. With me, like, for some Cherry Coke Zero, I will betray all my closest friends. Again, I ask, why did you target Candlekeep Key? Tao himself gave the order. Said we must establish a foothold in preparation for our assault on the city. He means to attack Limsa itself. But with your numbers, that would be folly. I mean, maybe with their numbers and Leviathan. Speaker Dao commands power beyond the comprehension of you Shorewalkers. We have dealt with Leviathan before. You misunderstand. Speaker Dao says there's a greater power still, the very first being blessed by our Lord. The first? Is there, like, a primal tempered, like the first tempered, like that got superpowers? Oh, right, he thinks it's like a gift from he thinks the blasphemy and the Endwalker transformations are a gift from Leviathan. I'm being a dunkus. Blasphemy. Tell me where Dao is. An island far to the south and east. There he performs the rite that will summon forth the Divine One and deliver my brothers and I to glory. Thank you for your cooperation. I suspect that Dao is hiding somewhere out in the Ciel Delias, a deserted isle most likely. I don't know much about these so-called blasphemies, but can they truly be tamed so easily? No, it's probably going to be more like you found... Maybe they found... Because they're drawn to things that are personal to them, so maybe he found a way to lure it. That would make sense. I mean, he probably knows this Leviathan, this Sahagin better than anyone. We have no evidence they can, but we must operate under the assumption that Dao has found a way. I will ready a ship. We set sail for the Ciel Delias at once. Prepare yourself and meet me at the docks as soon as you're ready. I am so sorry for all the butchering pronunciations I'm doing. I'll have Shamani and Brayflox continue the interrogation in the meantime. Our friends might still be hiding something from us. Yeah, they were not the toughest nuts to crack. Brayflox. Oh, Brayflox, keep watch eyes on this place. Shamani. Don't you worry, Brayflox and I have the situation under control. No doubt. You got this. Wastecat. Let's see how the blasphemy likes my axe between its eyes. Landinel? I don't know a blasphemy from a hole in the ground. All I know is that I'm ready to kill the bleeding thing. Odd none. This is the enemy's stronghold. Never forget they have the advantage. I will not forget. Merlwyb, everyone is here? Good. We make for the Ciel Delias in search of Dao's hideout. Our friend Noah will be waiting for us there. The blasphemy too may be present. Keep vigilant and be vigilant and keep your weapons at the ready. Well, Commander, any words for your men on this eve of battle? The duty of the strong. Yeah, go with their all for one. I'm not gonna... Yeah, the duty of the strong is to protect the weak. I love that Rogaden gesture. It's so goofy. Greetings, friends. We meet again, Tao. Where is the blasphemy? Tell us now so we may end this madness. Uh-oh. I guess it's on its way. Hello? That is awesome! Look at that. That thing is like 90% mouth. Speak of the bloody devil. No, psh, there it is. The dread beast I saw beneath the waves. Merlwyb, the source of our woes. Battle time, but this is level 89. The echo of all the times, seriously. I guess something happened and... Oh, double echo. Oh, man, it just keeps knocking. Defend the commander. Yeah, at least they know it's not my fault. So we're going to see it's like spawning grounds, or it's... What are we going to see of this? Oh, that's the matriarch. The queen, rather. I bring grave tidings, my queen. The wretched shorewalkers poison the spines of my spawn brothers with false words and foul magics. Our poor beguiled brethren renounce Lord Leviathan and name him a false god. They treat with Limsa, and some even call for an alliance. We must summon him that the lost might receive of his blessing anew. This I would gladly do had our stock of crystals not run dry. Indigo Matriarch. Spawning time is nearly upon us, and yet you fight and bicker amongst yourselves. How am I to give birth to a new brood when my children grow and stand divided? Are you on Team Peace? Now, who dares enter the sacred chamber? Forward-thinking Sahagin. Forgive my intrusion, Queen Mother. I speak for the Sahagin who seek an accord with the Shorewalkers. A new age is upon us. We needn't turn to false gods, nor foment bitterness and bloodshed in our precious spawning grounds. The Shorewalkers have changed. They endeavor to understand us, to share these lands with us, that they may have peace, and we are spawning our spawning grounds. Indigo. So she's open to this. And we knew that she was like reluctant, or she leant away from this, but we never heard anything about her being like fanatically opposed to it. Could this be true? Thou lies, lies! Do not be deceived by that one's delusions, my queen. He is a heathen who has strayed from Lord Leviathan's light. The Shorewalkers are oath-breakers, now and forevermore. As they extend one hand in friendship, they clutch a dagger in the other. We are beasts in their eyes, deserving of naught but slaughter. I'm glad we stopped calling them the Beast Tribes. Indigo Matriarch. Oh, no! Indigo Matriarch. Oh, for a blessed moment I felt the faintest touch of hope, but you're right, Tao. They are demons, and we are damned. Oh, for woe! My poor children have lost their faith. This is the despair time. It's the Indigo Matriarch. Oh. Their minds poisoned by lies, they turn away from the Lord of the World and cast their lot with the enemy. Thou, 'tis so, my queen, 'tis so. We have no choice but to abandon our sacred spawning grounds and sink to the ocean's floor to rot and decay. No, never. What I was gonna say is I was wondering for a second if he was doing this on purpose, if he was manipulating her despair so that she would become a blasphemy. But I don't. He wasn't familiar enough with the mechanics of it to do that. This is just him actually feeling despair. Thou, dearest of my children, you then tell me we have no future. How can I bring new life into this world, knowing that my brood will have their hearts stolen and abandon me? I cannot. What is happening? Please, my queen, you must calm yourself. Dao looks really calm right now, but on the other hand, if he's sincere, he may just think he's seeing like the birth of a god. Power, such beauty, a blessing from Lord Leviathan himself. Well, not a god, but like an avatar of the god. And I don't blame him. That certainly looks like an avatar. It could be an avatar of Leviathan. Oh, right, the battle's going on, right. Musket. So this is a blasphemy, eh? I can see what all the fuss is about. Yeah, they're getting wrecked, but they're doing okay. They're not getting wrecked. They're not getting wrecked. Have you your wits about you? Good. If you can fight, now is the time. Yeah, it's just a... I can't get over that design. It's so friggin' cool. Something I'll run into in Subnautica, in my Subnautica Let's Play. Now, strike now, my queen. Send the shore walkers and their honorless leader to their death. But she still holds out hope for some hope of peace, doesn't... What is this? A special kind of lightning attack? What's happening? I can't feel my legs. Oh, it's like yeah, it's to disable us before to like, yeah, to stop us or to stop our ability to defend ourselves. Kind of AoE paralysis. Are you going to kill your own children? Yeah, this is what I'm thinking. Okay. Friendly Sahagin. Why, mother? Are we not your children too? I guess not. Holy crap. I wasn't expecting... I thought she would stop. I was sure she would stop. Another lightning paralysis ball. Damn it, we cannot weather another blow like the last. This is the captain, right? Or the old commander? Perfect shot to the groinal area, I guess. Still don't know when the seven hells just happened, but I'll be damned if I'm going down without a fight. Gotta give him kind of the Zap Brannigan thing. Steady, the beast is feeding on our ether. Will not survive a head-on fight. Let's retreat until level 90. Landonel, Wood, remember the company's stratagem when faced with overwhelming odds. Oh, Landonel's not happy about that. Yeah, smoke bomb out of here. Retreat! Let's get the bloody hells out of here. Alright, see you, Blasphemy. I wonder what the Blasphemy's name is going to be. Did we have it? Did it have a name before this? I wonder if Dao is going to be the one to give it a name, or if like the Sahagin will be the ones to give it a name. Like, I'm sure this is supposed to be a giant reveal, but like I just don't remember who the company leader was. Noel. Were the other beasts also we faced also once my spawn brothers? I cannot bear the thought. Yeah, I'm sorry, Noel. 1. So that was the blasphemy. Intriguing creature. For the first time in many summers, we may find ourselves with a worthy foe. Landonel. Face to face with the damned beast, and I could barely lift my spear. Next time, mark my words, that bastard fish is gonna pay. Wescan. When no path to victory can be found, flee and fight another day. That might not be the kind of approach that make a bard sing your praises, but it's kept us alive. That's enough. Yeah, you have a chance to fight another day, as you said. Merlwyb. Damn it all. We'd have better luck holding back the tide. Shamani. How goes it, friends? Is what I'd normally ask, but judging from the muttered cursing, I gather it did not go all that well. We barely escaped with our lives. To think the damn beast had the power to stop us in our tracks. Literally. What do we know of the creature's origins? Was it once a Sahagin as you suspected? Mayhap the echo afforded Kukushu some insight. It did indeed. Also, it might have afforded some insight if you had heard Dao say, "My queen," to her. Psh, Dao's villainy knows no bounds, so... He was doing it on purpose. I guess the knowledge of the blasphemies was widespread enough? I don't know whether he did it sincerely, thinking that despair was the way to Lord Leviathan's blessing, or if he just thinks it's not Lord Leviathan's blessing, this is just a way for revenge against the Shorewalkers, no matter what even if it means lying. I don't know. Sowing seeds of despair in our Queen Mother's heart that she might transform into that monstrosity. If she was the first to turn, there was nothing deliberate about it. I guess. Still, it's clear that his word served as a catalyst. Oh, no, yeah, I see what Shamani's saying, yeah. So he's saying that it wasn't deliberate. Because, yeah, he would have had no way to know. That's better. If we kill the blasphemy, it'll be tantamount to killing the Sahagin's queen. It's not going to endear us to them one bit. Not really their queen anymore, but I see what you mean. No, psh, I cannot turn my spear against the mother who birthed me, let alone take her life. I don't think we'll be able to turn her back. I mean, we haven't before. Out of curiosity, did anyone see who fired that shot? Were it not for them, we'd all be dead. Yeah, it bought us a little bit of time to get back on our feet. They know. I guess I think he knows, though those two seem to know. They're giving each other a knowing look even right now. Merlwyb, I know not, but we must formulate a plan, and quickly. My scouts tell me that the blasphemy has left the island and now roams the open sea. I will order them to continue the search. In the meantime, we must find a means to overcome the beast's formidable offense. Leave that to us. Time and again, we've used our wits and experience to triumph over the longest odds. To defeat your enemy, first you must know your enemy. Tell me, Commander, what do you reckon was the most valuable knowledge we gleaned from our initial encounter? That the blasphemy is the Sahagin Queen transformed, or has the power to absorb ether? I think if we're being crafty about it, I think it's that she's the Sahagin Queen transformed. I think we'll be able to use that somehow to... She didn't... I mean, she still struck down her child, but I think it might still be useful. Indeed, if the beast still has some memory of what it once was, we may very well be able to predict its future actions. But that is not all we have learned. While the blasphemy can maneuver through the water, it also frequents caves and the like. Our best chance of defeating it would be in such a place. Our only chance, I dare say. Yeah, I agree. I will send scouts to identify any and all large caravans in coastal areas that could serve as shelter for a massive creature. To ensure the safety of our people, and to have any hope for peace with the Sahagin, this is a battle we must win. All your strength and wisdom will be needed in the days to come. Dismissed. Ah, poor Noel. That's rough, buddy. Come, let us share our findings with the Maelstrom. Secretariat? The Admiral told me of your encounter with the blasphemy. The result may not have been ideal, but I am heartened to see you return safely. Thank you. Stormrunner. Even the famed company of heroes could not bring it down. The so-called blasphemy must be a formidable beast indeed. Couldn't bring it down yet. Keyword is yet that you left out. Merlwyb. Now that we have seen what the blasphemy is capable of ourselves, 'tis more plain than ever that it must be slain. Reach out to all trade ships entering and departing Limsa. Inform them that any sightings of the blasphemy are to be reported to Maelstrom Command at once. Understood, but given the beast's abilities, how do you intend to overcome it? I trust that the company of heroes and Kakushu, experienced primal slayers all, will find a way, and I'm a blasphemy slayer. And yet I would leave no resource untapped. There is one more whose expertise I would call upon, if he would agree. Mayhap Wiskat is at a loss as to his former commander's whereabouts, but mayhap Einzar could offer some guidance. No clue who Einzar is. No doubt you're still fatigued from battle with the blasphemy. Pray rest while you are able. I think that you're going about it the wrong way. I think you need to find Godbert. I think Godbert will whap it into the next century. Or Godbert's wife. I don't remember her name. When we are ready to take further action, you will hear from me. Till then, take care. That salute. It's a nice touch. The final stretch. Stormrunner. Oh, yeah. Secretariat. Out of the shadows. The Secretariat's resigned expression speaks volumes. No luck with Einzar? Ah, Kakushu. I wish I had better news for you, but the blasphemy continues to elude us. Oh, phone call coming in. Wiskat. Can you hear me, Commander? This is Wiskat. I have an idea how we might take down the blasphemy. Meet me in Costa del Sol as soon as you are able. Costa del Sol, okay. Well, that sounds promising. I'll tell the Admiral you'll be away for a bit. Godspeed and stay safe out there. Nice party time. What do you got planned, Wiskat? Apologies for having you come all this way, Kakushu. Ever since our encounter with the blasphemy, I've been racking my brain to find a way of dealing with its debilitating attack. Sadly, I've come up empty-handed and my companions fare no better. That's when I started thinking, let's have a beach episode. If only our finest was still with us. He always had a knack for noticing what the rest of us missed. His eyes were so sharp he could spot a foe's weakness with a single glance. Thanks to him, we were able to slay both Leviathan and Titan and live to tell the tale. The rub is, well, he's a bit eccentric. And yes, I know you could say that about all the company members. But unlike us, he prefers to work from the shadows. Truth be told, I've not seen him since the day we disbanded. I doubt he'd help his old comrades even if we asked, but an order from the company's acting commander would be a different story. You're being sneaky. In our heyday, we had a way of reaching him. Whistle at the forked road, and sooner or later he'd show himself. Didn't matter when, winter or summer, in broad day sunlight or the dead of night. He'd always be watching from afar. With any luck, he still is now. Maybe he has, like, a tripwire on that road or something? But I've rambled long enough. Go on now. This may be our best and only option. I guess he could just sense you. We've whistled. We have sent the call. Ah, yes. Gondor will answer. Here I was, enjoying my retirement. Why'd you have to go and bloody whistle? I mean, you were helping us even before my whistle, my friend. You are younger than I was expecting. Call me Lorenz, the company's resident sharpshooter. At least I was in my day. No need to tell me who you are. I've been watching you for quite some time. Don't get the wrong idea. I'm curious how my former mates are faring. Oh, you're not the... Wait, are you? No, you are. Because when he said he was the sharpshooter, I thought for a second, wait, does that mean he's not the leader? But no, he's both the leader and the sharpshooter. Not as curious as folks were about me. First Wiskat, then old Mistbeard himself. As if those codgers could ever catch me. Now Eorzea's storied arrow summons me forth. No need to say why. You're going to ask me to help you take down the blasphemy. Yes. That's right. I'm not asking you, I'm ordering you. This is normally I'd say if you've forgotten the duty of the strong, but I don't think he has. So let's just go with the tactic that was proposed by Westcat. I'm not asking you, I'm ordering you. Ah, you drive a hard bargain. Who am I? I like that. Who am I to refuse an order from the company's acting commander? So tell me, acting commander, what's the specific duty would you task me with? I trust you do have a plan. Yeah, my plan is for you to make a plan. So you need a way to neutralize the beast's most potent attack. I can tell you'll like getting up close and personal with your foes, so you'll be needing support from a distance. Who do you suppose might be best suited to that role? Merlwyb and her twin muskets can handle the job. Or you, of course. Let's go with Merlwyb. A reasonable answer, but wrong. In pure marksmanship, none in Limsa are the Admiral's equal. Is it that the musket is like a short-range weapon and you're a sniper? Yet Merlwyb is ill-suited for a supporting role. Not for lack of skill, of course, but rather, come to think of it, there's something you should know. Follow me. Yeah, so far I'm not understanding why Merlwyb isn't totally fine for that. You've taken me to quite a dramatic bluff, Lorenz. So we're here on a dramatic bluff. Quite the view, wouldn't you say? I often come here to admire the sea. If you would indulge me for a moment, and I'll spin you a yarn. Just try not to doze off. Okay. Back in piracy's golden age, the League of Lost Bastards ruled the Rotano. I was one of them, as was Merlwyb. We were led by none other than her old man, Blofizin, the most feared captain of the high seas. I don't know if I heard about her father. Feared by his enemies, that is. Stern and unforgiving though he was, he took me under his wing and showed me the ropes. Aye, he was like a father to me, to us all, till that fateful day. Was the year of 1562 of the Sixth Astral Era. Lominsan merchantmen were struggling with the nigh constant raids by the Sahagin. Around this time, Blovis had yielded to the day-to-day leadership of the bastards to Merlwyb, his pride and joy. She was still growing into the role, though, and everyone knew the old captain was still calling the shots. Old Blofis had a noble streak, he did. Ordered us to defend the traders from the fishbacks. Merlwyb led the effort, and we fought day after day to keep the seas safe. Did she mess up or something? What happened? The fighting was fierce, but we always came out of it in one piece. Until we didn't. Until after a skirmish, a Sahagin survivor with his last breath summoned forth the Lord of the World. The great beast toppled our masts and... Not used to talking this much, apologies. Toppled the masts and cracked the keel like an egg. We clambered aboard the merchantmen as our own ship sank. Naught to do but wait for the end. And then comes Blofis and his bleeding flotilla out of nowhere to pull us out of the fire, and he did. But the League of Lost Bastards would never be the same again, for even though we'd escaped with our lives... Oh no, we soon discovered that Captain Blofis, our iron-willed, unwavering leader, had fallen under Leviathan's thrall. You had to kill him? I guess... Didn't she say... I'm thinking back to, when Merlwyb was talking with the Patriarch. Didn't she say that death sentence her gun was what she used to kill her old captain? Did she kill her father? Ah, poor Merlwyb. Of course, in those days, we didn't know much about drowning or tempering. Didn't know what to make of our captain as he grew more haggard by the day, his world's devolving into crazed rambling. Then one day he vanishes, taken off with half our men. Not long after, the band of pirates calling themselves the Serpent Reavers began... He was one of the leaders of the Serpent Reavers, or the founders, probably. Began taking prizes in the Indigo Deep alongside the Sahagin. At their helm was none other than Captain Blovis, who'd cast his lot with the fishbacks. Merlwyb knew what had to be done, and to her credit, didn't shirk from the deed. She acted quickly, sneaking off under cover of night with a skeleton crew without so much as telling me. Of course, that didn't stop me from stowing myself in the cargo and joining her on the voyage. She was none too happy to see me at first, wanted me to leave me out of it, she said, but seeing as I made myself known when she was struggling to fend off a horde of reavers and fishbacks, it wasn't hard to win her over. Her twin muskets fell in one after the next as me sharpshooting kept her safe from afar. We cut a path to the center of the isle. It was there we found Blovis, or rather the miserable wretch he'd been reduced to. All bones, his skin shriveled with tangled mat of white hair, eyes bulging from his head like a fish as he prayed to the Lord of the Whirl. Oh, don't show me. Oh. This is so sad. Merlwyb challenged him to a duel, and a dim memory must have flickered in his drowned mind, for he accepted. And so with only me there to witness it, Merlwyb ended her father's life. The League of Lost Bastards would have lived up to its name if it weren't for Merlwyb. She assumed full command and restored us to our former glory. Not long after, she triumphed in the Trident and was named Chief Admiral of Limsa. I often think back upon the day, seeing her charge into battle, muskets blazing. Might seem reckless to some, but that's how Captain Blovis taught her. She knows no other way. Ah, poor Merlwyb. Oh, gosh. Okay. That's why I made it my job to support her from the shadows, and it's a role in which I'll happily serve again. I owe that much to her old man. My only doubt was whether you, my friend, were worthy of commanding me. But watching over you from afar has answered that question. I tell Westcat and the rest of my no-good companions that Lawrence stands with them. So you don't want Merlwyb there because you want to support her. That's not because she's going to crack under pressure or anything like that. That's what I was afraid of for a second. Westcat. Did Lorenz show himself? He did indeed. Aha! Now there's a surprise. I had some hope your words might reach him, but never did I imagine he would agree so readily. Just one thing, Kukushu. I'd appreciate if you didn't mention Lorenz's involvement to the company. Landonil in particular. They'll find out soon enough regardless. Why? Spoilers, or... At any rate, this... I don't think you... That seems like a bad idea. This gives us new hope in our battle against the blasphemy. All that remains is to set the snare and lure the beast into our clutches. Our scouts are on the lookout for the creature as we speak. If the latest reports are to be believed, we're drawing ever closer. And with that, I'd best get back to it. Can I trust you to report these latest developments to the Maelstrom? Until we meet again, Commander. Ta-ta. Stormrunner. Whatever Wistcat is planning, one can only hope it works. I think it will. The search for the blasphemy continues, though I understand you've been carrying out an entirely different investigation. Not entirely different. A marksman by the name of Lorenz, eh? Admiral will be pleased. Of course, we haven't much to call for his won't have much call for his skills until the blasphemy is found. Rest well and prepare yourself as necessary in the meantime. Lorenz. Why does that name ring a bell? I don't know why it rings a bell to you. I mean, unless you knew him back in the Brotherhood of Lost Bastards days, or whatever they're called. That could be. It's the next day, and I'm ready to complete this thing. Stormrunner. Whatever Whiskat is planning, one can only hope it works. Maelstrom Secretariat to calmer seas. Secretariat appears visibly dismayed. Despite our best efforts, the blasphemy continues to elude us. For the time being, Sorry to interrupt, but I have an incoming communication from Whiskat. I'm pretty sure I've pronounced his name differently every time I've said it. Commander, we've snared ourselves a blasphemy. We've our erstwhile companion Real. I remember Real. At least I remember the name, to thank. Knowing that the creature was once the Sahagin queen, he kept a close eye on the spawning grounds. Sure enough, he spied a massive black shadow moving beneath the water not long ago. After receiving word, Shamani Lomani directed the Maelstrom warships in the vicinity to herd the beast with cannon fire into the Sastasha Sea Grot. Isolated as the Sea Grot is, we can engage our foe without putting small folk at risk. Any words for your men, Commander? Yeah, how about I'm on my way? Company of Heroes assemble. The duty of the strongest. I think we'll stick with the duty of the strongest to protect the weak, because that's their thing. You don't have to tell Landonell. You don't have to tell me twice. I've been aching for a rematch. Wadnan, rushing blindly, and it will go as poorly for you as it did the first time. Ha, knowing you, you'll just have to. I'm sure you'll show up just in time to see me deal the killing blow. Shamani, now, can we not save our vitriol for the quarry, which I've lured to the perfect spot, waiting patiently for all of you to put it out of its misery? Brayflox. How do you even pronounce that? Brayflox copy booms blast over big blasphemy into bitty pieces. A motley crew you'll never find, but will serve you well when the battle is joined, believe you me. I'm gonna join them, right? Okay, yeah. Merlwyb, this is Merlwyb. I will ready a warship at once. Assemble outside the winch once you've seen to your preparations. So the time has come. I shall pray for your victory. I will pray for my victory as well. Merlwyb. Gakushu. The others should be along soon. To calmer seas, battle commence. Yeah, let's go. The blasphemy is still contained within the Sastasha Sea Grot. There it will meet its end, navigator willing. That would mean my brothers and I could join you in the fight. And yet, blasphemous though it may be, that beast was once our mother. Understandable. I understand, Noel. Forgive us for what we must do. Were there a means to reverse the transformation, we would do all in our power to bring your mother back. Sadly, there is nothing left of her to save. For the future of the Sahagin and Limsa alike, the blasphemy must be laid to rest. And when the deed is done, I would bring your brothers, even the crushing tide, aboard the great ship we call Vilbrand. It's a bit loud for me. Hold on a sec. I do not want to slay your mother, but this thing she has become, a mindless beast who would enslave and kill her own, is an affront to the memory of who she was. It is not her, it is not. Remember this always, you must. I wonder what's going to happen to Dao at the end of all this. Because Dao is like the one malicious actor in this whole thing. I will not ask you to shoulder the burden of matricide. When the time comes to strike the final blow, I will do the deed. Admiral, all you say is true, and yet... Yeah, there's no good way around this for them. Real. Commander, I've sighted a group of fishbacks. The crushing tide most like... Maybe you shouldn't call them fishbacks anymore now that, like, you're kind of teaming up with a large group of them. I don't know. Just me. Heading straight for the Sea Grot. You best make your way here, and fast. Whiskat. Time to move out, then. Any words for your men before we set sail? Today, don't go dying on me out there. Today, the blasphemy falls. Let's go a little bit lighter. Don't go dying on me out there. We'll be one of the group. Our new commander's sounding more and more like the old one. But enough talk. It's time to show the realm that the... Love that gesture. The realm that the company of heroes hasn't lost a step. Aye. A weird group. I'm a fan. We'll stand a better chance of slipping past the crushing tide if we split up. Kokushu and I will go together while the rest of you take a different route. Let us brook no further delay. To Tastasha. Oh, Dao's about to get wrecked. My queen, I beg of you, pray show your loyal son mercy. I don't know if mercy's really in her capability at the moment. Oh, Dao got splatted. Blasphemy, the Indigo Beast. Rack commented a little bit ago about how each... I think it was Rack. About how each... blasphemy has a kind of a name convention appropriate to their area or appropriate to the context. And I like it's not all like the Sin Eater, the Light Wardens who all had the Greek names. And I like how this one, the Indigo Beast, is like I don't know, it's like what you like how seafarers might refer to like the legend of a kraken they saw in the ocean. Ah, the Indigo Beast, we called it. Like that sort of thing. Dower what's left of him. Why isn't Sahagin? Speaker Dao, why would our queen do such a thing? That's right, they didn't know. Well, Dao was pretty surprised too. Dao thought he could manipulate her, but didn't realize he kind of made a beast. It is as the shorewalkers say. We thought a blessing is in truth a terrible curse. Psh, the horror, we must away at once. This is as good a way to get the to get them on our side as any. And leave the shorewalkers to face our queen mother alone? No, I will stand with them. Even... Are you gonna... You can't ask him to do that. Yeah. Okay. Merlwyb, you mustn't sully your hands with the blood of your mother. Go and be with your kin. Go! If, again, everything that she's doing right now is going to win her their respect. Forgive me. Is that... Do you interpret that psh that they do as a vocalization? Or is it like the sound of like their Sahagin blowhole or whatever? I don't know how fish work. Is it the sound of like some like thing blasting, water blasting out of them or something? I think it's a vocalization, but just a thought. I was beginning to think you wandered off a cliff, Lorenz. Must you see it like that? I prefer to think of myself as fashionably late. If you're here in this playthrough for consistent voice acting, boy, are you in the wrong place. But enough talk. Here it comes. This may be my favorite. No, I think this may be the blasphemy design that strikes at my sea monster loving, fearing heart the most. Even if the one that had the kind of button eyes, the like cloth sack makeshift face might have been a cooler design. All right, here we go. How does this job work again? Defeat the Indigo Beast. Here it comes. We're counting on you, Lorenz. Ethereal Orb. Okay. No enemy escapes, no weakness escapes my eyes. Ah, so you're gonna, like, one-shot the orbs? Just one shot here, and... Yeah, you got this. Doing all your machinist stuff. Lorenz the Eagle-Eyed. Here we go. It's gonna keep summoning these. See how easy that was? I reckon you could do it too, Acting Commander. So that's gonna be my first goal as DPS. So I wonder if we're not supposed to hit the side that's shielded. I assume that we're not. Yeah. Okay. Are we just gonna keep doing this? No. it's not doing anything right now. Or are we supposed to only hit the targeted sides? Actually, that would make sense. Yeah, yes, we're supposed to... We're only hitting the sides that have the targets on them. Okay. We got it. Yeah, so we didn't get him in time. That was my bad. That's all you got time to put you out of your misery. Oh, nope, I don't want to tank this. Indigo, whoa. Yes, you got C moves. Annihilation Flare. Okay, it seems easy enough to dodge. No, Admiral, no, you're in the wrong place. What are you doing? I didn't know what you wanted from me. I had camped out, staked out my spot. Oh, my children. Lorenz is in rough shape. Where'd it go? Oh, shoot. Turn Sahagin. How do we do AoE again? Oh, right. Those buttons. Yeah, it's really a... It's a sad end for those Sahagins. There's no end to them. Prepare yourself. Is there no end to them? Whiscat reporting for duty. Now the real fun begins. Okay. Now we're getting somewhere. Let's finish the deed. Yeah, we can get this. More annihilation flares. Okay, so we're gonna kind of get over here. Oh, no. Here. Those are wider scopes than I'd thought. But luckily, because it's a melee DPS fight, they don't want you to have to go at ranged. They're okay with you kind of staying in the middle. Where did it go? Okay, we'll get over here. Perfect. It's also something that's tough. This is tougher for me than playing it on... I might have to adjust my setup a bit, because right now I'm playing it... This whole session I've been playing it on my computer screen, which is much closer to my face. And so it's just... It's harder to look everywhere. I think I might have to move my computer screen back or something. But blasphemies absorb in their ether. I have a bad feeling about this. Alright, so yeah, we gotta kill them. We best finish off those beasts quickly. Yeah, we best. Oh, right. So always start with Shadow of Death. 10 seconds to Extinction Flare. Should we have been AoEing these things? I don't think we're going to get this. Wow. Okay. I guess we have to... I don't really know what we have to do there. I guess we have to... Do I have to just stick with them? Because it felt like I wasn't going to be able to do enough damage on my own, but maybe I will be able to. Yeah, let's try that again. Here we go. Alright, so I think we're doing some AoE stuff here, right? I don't... Maybe? Let me, I guess, go with the party. No, I guess we're doing single target. They're kind of far apart. Or maybe 5 seconds to... I don't know how I'm supposed to kill all of these. Oh, no, you're not supposed to kill all of them. You're just supposed to kill some of them. Gotcha. Oh, such power. Is it doing... Oh, it's doing another extinction flare. Here it comes again. Steel yourselves. But we're taking down more of them, so they shouldn't be as bad this time, right? Oh, man. Not as bad, my butt. Oh. enough to go blasting this entire island. We better work fast. I mean, I can't move right now, so I can't do much. But I'll try to work fast. We stand with you. Oh, they brought their little fishy stuff. Welk ballista, of course. They turned a Welk into a ballista. Okay. Well, the cavalry's here. That is a cool... I didn't see that coming. I thought they would really have to set this out, and I wouldn't have blamed them. All right. So I guess, yeah, we're just going ham. This is coming down to it. I'm doing my best, but my best may not be good enough. Oh no, we got this. We got this. Whew, okay. All right. That was close. Nice job, team. That was a cool fight. It turned into kind of just a little mini DPS race at the end, but just the flavor of the fight and the aquatic blast and the kind of poisony aquatic blasts it was doing, the squiddy tentacle things that came from the side, the turned Sahagin, all good stuff. And she promised she would do it. I will not ask for your forgiveness, but this I promise. You will be remembered for the mother you were. Admiral, I have no words. Yeah, boy, this is a solemn moment right here. I think it's a blessing that there's nothing left behind there. Like, if I were to choose whether you'd want the blasphemy's body to remain and have to deal with that or just disappear, I'm disappear. Our Queen Mother returns to the depths in eternal slumber. With your strength, you could have crushed us easily. Why did you spare our lives? Well, your potential... Yeah, okay. I was going to say, your potential sailors on the ship Vilbrin. She sees you as like, wayward crew already, almost, I think. Or potential crew. The beasts and blasphemies are born from the despair in our hearts, but no more. I would break the cycle. Though Tao may have been blind to it, I believe in a future where Sahagin and Limsa live in harmony. That's right, and the easiest way to show people what you truly are is to show them what you are when you have power over them. Even after losing who she was, your queen made for your spawning grounds, and it is there she drew her last breath. When your next queen is crowned, know that she will have a safe place to raise her young. Once you have selected a suitable location, Limsa will recognize and honor your claim. A promise for which we are grateful, Admiral, but what of the other peoples of Vilbrand? I mean, she's going to enforce... Oh, no, the kobolds are open to the idea. I didn't mean to click. I didn't think I did, but... Sahagin and Kobold and Limsa alike yearn to abide in peace. We can make it so. Yeah, you got this. I have never fought alongside shorewalkers before, but I must say it felt good. It felt good to fight alongside the... It always feels good to fight alongside the tribes, the Sahagin. If only because it's such a change of pace from the way this game was set up when they were just the default random enemy number 3, like all the different tribes. Most of the different tribes, not even some of the sylphs and stuff, but I love that there are allies now. I really do. We have fought our neighbors for generations. It has won us only suffering and tragedy. I beg of you, lay down your spears. Stalwart Sahagin. It will take time and effort to bridge the gulf between our peoples, but bridge it we shall. You're trying to sneak away into the shadows? Yeah, not so fast. Landonel. I dare say we have a lot of talking to do as well, don't we, Commander Lawrence? Oh, you got Brayfloxed. Ah, Landonel, if you just allow me to explain. You're gonna give them all a big surprise hug? Or beat him up? It really could go one way or the other to show affection. Merlwyb. Let's be off before they drag us into this mess. Good call. they're just yelling at him. Knoll of the Calming Seas. Yeah, I love the way they use epithets as storytelling. Forgive us what we have done, Queen Mother. Youth. Why did we ever believe that monstrosity was a blessing? What fools we were. You were misled. Could have seen through it, but yeah. Whiskat. Oh there! Good to see our acting commander, hale and hearty. Landonel. Who invited this bloody bastard anyway? Oh, there's Lorenz. Lorenz is the quest turn-in. Ordnung. I dare say this blasphemy was the most formidable foe our company has ever faced. I must further hone my skills lest the next enemy prove too tough for us to handle. I wonder if they're going to carry into 7.0. Probably not. Shamani. Wondering where I was during the battle? Well, I wasn't slacking off, if that's what you're implying. I wouldn't have implied that. My duty was to protect the ship to ensure a safe return, truly. And you're not like a in-your-face brawler anyway. Brayflox. Go! Fighting with gobby friends give Brayflox good feels. I'm glad to hear that. Merlwyb. At last it's over. We can take pride in the respite we've won, but we must never forget those who could not be here with us to enjoy it. Well said. Lorenz. Even if it's not a Memorial Day, there always is some kind of memorial there, because these things involve a fair bit of death and tragedy. Lorenz. Perfect time, enacting commander. You saved me from this bloody bastard, from the bloodthirsty bastard. Well, Lorenz, let's hear your excuse, and it had better be a good one. Why in the seven hells were you skulking about in the shadows when we did all the dirty work? Lorenz. Huh, like you'd be happier if I showed myself sooner. I can hear your whinging now. What, you didn't think we could handle this on our own? Landonel. Aye, I'd be furious regardless. Don't think I've forgotten what happened, or rather didn't happen, on the day of our duel. We're going to hear about what happened between these two. Or maybe we already know and I just forgot. Again, apologies. Even though the future of the company hung in the balance, I waited and waited and waited some goddamn more, and still you never turned up. But now I've got you now, and I will have satisfaction. So they were fighting for the future of the company, and Lorenz probably didn't want to take down his buddy. Given Lawrence's penchant for late arrivals, I couldn't help but worry too. To say he cut it fine would be an understatement. And not by choice as usual. My scouts observed him roaming near Costa del Sol not long ago. It would seem our commander's woeful sense of direction has not improved in the least. He got lost. I just assumed he was like being dramatically late, but no. I'm honestly surprised you never realized, Landonel, that was to blame for his extreme tardiness. That the commander did indeed arrive at the agreed upon location for your duel after the sun had risen and set a half-dozen times. Oh. Well, I was being too charitable. Navigator, take me, Shamani. You promised that would stay between the two of us. Brayflox, you have a kind word or two for your old commander, don't you? Probably not. Psh, go. Commander Lawrence, commander no more. New commander, friend to gobbies everywhere. Does many sweat works for gobby kind. Yeah, I've befriended them. I've maxed their rep. You gotta get grinding, friend. And here I thought you were too much of a coward to face me in battle. Come now, Lantinel, you know me better than... Oh, is it duel time right now? Then it's settled. We fight here and now. On your guard, blackguard. I mean, I don't know if he didn't call him blackguard, but felt appropriate. Put that thing down, I say. You could hurt someone with that. Usually his goal, but... Hard to believe he was once the glue that held this merry band together. That's right, if you hadn't realized the obvious, Lorenz is our former commander. I thought that was, like, I don't know if they actually said that, but yeah, I thought that was pretty clear from the first time we saw him. Forgive me for not stating it plainly sooner. I didn't want you to think we doubted your leadership. He's got his quirks, but as you saw, he's a force of nature on the battlefield. Yeah, I'm just here temporarily. I'm acting commander. Anyhow, I think we can all say your stint as acting commander has been a rousing success. Now I reckon it's about time you gave your final order. Pshh, Company of Heroes bandbreak once more? Brave flocks never like parting with gobby friends. Here, here. I may have my complaints, but when we're good together, a good fight's never far away. That does seem to be your priority, doesn't it? You hardly need a commander or company to get you that. And should Limsa again be imperiled, there's nothing stopping us from rising to the occasion. Till then, you're all strong enough in your own right. Why not serve the weak in your own ways? Yeah, they're just going to be, they're going to go have their own solo comic runs for a while until the Avengers need to assemble again. Seems reasonable. All right. Speak with... Lorenz is probably going to be last, I'm guessing. Westgat. You've had quite the turn of duty, but all the good things must come to an end. Any parting words before we go our separate ways? Give Gegaruju my best regards. I'll do this one because Kakushu probably remembers Gegaruju, even if I don't. Finally, I can enjoy some semblance of peace again. Oh, he's the jerk face at Costa del Sol. That's who right, of course. At least as much peace as a man can enjoy waiting hand and foot on the Lord of Costa del Sol. It may have been rough sailing at times, but I rather enjoyed serving under you, acting commander Kakushu. God, anything's got to be better than serving Gegaruju. Landonel. Well, if you've got something to say, let's hear it. Return to the whalers and keep the murdering to a minimum. Yeah, you go serve Gridania. As if I needed you to tell me. While I enjoy the diversion, I know as well as any that my true place is in Gridania, leading a respectable life. You may not have been the perfect commander, but 12 is my witness. I hope to fight by your side again. Farewell. See you. Wadnan. I await your orders, Commander. Look after you brave I'll say I want to do this, but I don't want to mock the purr. Look after you brave nun. I have responsibilities, a tribe that wants for my guidance and protection. I can ill afford to tarry here much longer. Nevertheless, it is with some regret that I take me leave. For all their faults, of which they have many, they are my companions, and I will miss them. You'll miss them, yeah, but you'll see each other again, hopefully. Shamani. Well, let's hear it, Commander. You owe me a bottle of your finest Bacchus. Oh, he's from Wineport. Again, there's all these people. It's kind of coming back to me vaguely, but I'm sure I've seen them before, just like in these different areas. If you had asked me what town Shamani is from, wouldn't have been able to tell you. Indeed. I mean to return to Wineport as soon as I've tied up a few final loose ends here. Speaking of wine, I've always preferred the older vintages. Left to sleep in their barrels for many a summer, they come out tasting better than ever. One might say the same about our own company. Yeah, no, I got that. I got the metaphor. Brave Flocks. Oh, Brave Flocks wants busy work. Brave Flocks awaits Uplanders' lip flaps. No more cheese wars, please. I mean, I wouldn't mind more cheese war dungeons, but I'll go with this. Go. Brayflox feels heavy heart, but accepts Unsplander's bossy words. You asked for bossy words. Brayflox had good times and happy feels with gobby friends. But good times will come again, and when they do, new boomsticks will bring Blasty Doom with much fastness. What a way of speaking. The translators. I wonder how this is in Japanese. Merlwyb. At last it's over. We can take pride in the respite we've won, but we must never forget those who could not be here with us to enjoy it. Lorenz. And on that note, I ought to be on me way. Slipping away again, are we? You're a creature of habit. Yeah, that's his thing. I resented you for it at the time, you know. But I think I understand now. Better to shun fame and glory and not serve as an example for glory seekers too eager to fight and too quick to die. You're overthinking it. I'm a creature of whimsy. A man who lets the tailwind carry him where it will. Yeah, he's got some Barts in him. Barts from Final Fantasy V. But more importantly, this new age belongs to the new blood. I've had me day in the sun. If you succeed in brokering peace with the beastmen, there will be no need to worry about primals, and the company can go into permanent retirement. Then I can say I did right by the old man. I love that we got so much more Merlwyb backstory here. If you hadn't been there for us both, I don't know if I could have pulled the trigger. That didn't hit me until just now, that she was doing for the Sahagin what Lorenz did for her. Nice job, game. Thank you, brother Lorenz, brother. Ah, I did nothing. It was ye who shouldered the Captain Blowfist's burden, and that of the entire league. I'm sorry, Merlwyb. I know this hasn't been easy for you. But I dare say you've worked hard enough. Maybe us company folk aren't the only ones in need of a retirement. Ah, I've said too much. Merlwyb will not retire. Lorenz holding his tongue. Gods, you have changed. But yes, my greatest test as Admiral still lies ahead as we steer the great ship Vilbrin towards a new future. It's a big task. You truly are your father's daughter. I owe you my thanks too. Dare say you did almost as good a job keeping my men to task as I could have done. Call it a hunch, but something tells me our paths may cross again. But forgive me if I carry on like I've never seen you before. Not unlike my old friend Mistbeard, I prefer to keep my past in the past. And with that, I'm off. Take care of yourselves. See you, Lorenz. And then it's just the two of us. Date night with Merlwyb? I wish. Stalwart Sahagin Youth. Why did we ever... Oh, no. Yeah, we've talked to you. Anything new, Merlwyb? At last it's over. Nope. No. The blasphemy is no more, but we will never know lasting peace until the crushing tide agrees to lay down their arms. It will be a daunting task, but as we saw in Sastasha, they are not beyond reason. I will do all in my power to see your efforts, and the sacrifices of my brother were not in vain. Forgive us. Even after being freed from the false god's thrall, still we clung to our hateful beliefs. It was easier to hearken to Speaker Dao's every word and turn a blind eye to the harsh truth. Easier and cowardly. Understandable, but then glad you're changing that. I will return and speak with my brothers of the crushing tide. I will tell them of our Queen Mother's sacrifice and the vision of hope you have shared with us. I ask only that you give us time and trust us to make our own decision. You have my word. If you would not be averse, let us return to the spawning grounds together. Yeah, so they can be disagreeable factions that aren't at war, at least for a time. Adventurer, I have no words to express my gratitude to you. I will repay you the only way I know how, by doing my part to usher in an age when the Shorewalker and Sahagin stand as one. peace with the Sahagin. At last. They've come a long way from being, like, the first water enemies in Final Fantasy I. Merlwyb. Just us now, it would seem. Date night, maybe? Ever since we achieved a measure of peace with the kobolds, I prayed this day would come. Though it is, of course, only a beginning. Negotiations must be held, and words exchanged in earnest will invariably lead to flared tempers and bruised egos. But such things always accompany meaningful progress. The history of Vilbrand is one of bloodshed, but we have the power to change our ways. You already have been changing your ways. The proof that you have the power to do so is the fact that you have done so. After all, it is clear we are more united by our similarities than we are divided by our differences. I will share what I have seen of the Sahagin with my fellow Limensans, and listen closely to their doubts and concerns. That's right, because it's not just the Sahagins who have some convincing to do. And peaceableness to become. That's not a phrase. For it must be a harmony not foisted upon them from above, but one which they aspire to of their own free will. No doubt Noel and his brothers feel the same. It's the only way for it to last. Again, you have come to Limsa's aid, my aid, at a time when we needed it most. When we next meet, I hope 'twill not be as admiral and adventurer, but as friends. Mayhap trading war stories over ales at the wench. I would like that, very much. But for now, I must return to my duty. Yeah, date night with Merlwyb has got to be a rowdy affair. I must return to my duties. Drafting reports and decrees is hardly the most exciting part of my role, but it is a necessary one. If you happen to pass through Rodzatan, pray share your exploits with our delegate there. Doubtless he will be interested to hear your first-hand account. Doubtless. One day I will lay down these muskets of mine for good, but not yet, Father. Not yet. This was great. This was so great. Again, as much more for Merlwyb than the Sahagin stuff, but the Sahagin stuff was pretty great too. And we've arrived back in Sundrop. Liminson Delegate. Kakushu, you return. Pray tell, what news from my homeland? Same as I've told all the others. Extraordinary, and a chance at peace with the Sahagin. These are heartening tidings indeed. Without a doubt, you've helped dispel the pall of despair that once hung over all Vilbrand. Our people now bask in newfound hope. I must share the news with the others. Full glad will they be to hear that the threat to Limsa is no more. Thank you again, my friend. You are quite welcome. Bop, 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 bop. And those are the role quests. Achievement, more than loss. I assume that that's no title or anything like that, but yeah, complete the quest to Calmer Seas. Oh, that's right, I got the, and I've just been working on my summoner too. Okay, so that's gonna be, do you have anything new to say? No. That's gonna be it for me for this session. Again, this is an experiment, to see just what it feels like, what the reception is for those who watch this. To put kind of it all with there's a couple new things here. I mean, there's the face cam, there's the long new audio I'm trying, so let me know if it's too loud or quiet. New length here, I'm trying to, for an MMO at least, I think it works better to do these in longer chunks, just because that's kind of how these things function, but I'll try to do these more just as it feels appropriate. So yeah, let me know any feedback you have. And I don't usually say this, I'll try to say it more, because if you get the chance to add a like, to add a let me know what you think in the comments, any feedback, and subscribe if you'd like it. Feels good to see that, and I'd like to see if this can reach more people. Maybe not, and that's okay too. So thanks for watching, see you all later. Bye-bye.